Look, analytics is a buzzword these days, right? But quite honestly, I think we've been doing analytics for a long time. And usually I ask, when I teach my course, I ask students, so when do you think analytics started? And they say, oh, Aryabhatta and Archimedes, and then they go back. But if you think about it, the animal's basic flight or fight response is analytics, because what it does is it uses its past experience. If the grass in the savannah is moving, is that because of a lion or is it because of the wind? And then you take a decision. So the reason it's become so buzzwordy, if I may coin that term, is primarily because A, there's pervasive digitization, and the explosion in terms of compute power that we now have at our fingertips, right? And also the ease with which you can actually process data. That's the reason that you've started hearing a lot about these terms. If you thought back 20 years, they had come up with this concept of grid computing, correct? And then it slowly morphed into big data. And now if you say big data, it's so 2016, right? Now the buzzword is AI. So everybody and anybody wants to use that term. And so it's essentially a way to look at patterns within data and take meaningful decisions. That's kind of how I look at analytics. I mean, you would want to think that businesses have it all down, to a T, and they've all got all the best systems. But no, actually, even the biggest organizations are still very Excel oriented. Most things, right? There might be specific departments which make use of analytics to a larger extent. Maybe the sales folks do it. Finance probably does it. But other than that, for the most part, and there might be specific industries like, let's say, the banking and finance sector, where for a long time they've been using mathematical models and tools to forecast and so on. There is a lot of talk, but over the last few years I've realized that the talk is more than what's actually on the ground. I mean, I personally am a huge big believer that the more you can crunch data, the more you can identify patterns, the better you will get. And some companies do it really well. So if you think about Amazon or Facebook, for example, Google, of course, right? Those guys do it really well. But if you think about an ordinary company that's into business in any other industry segment, there's a lot of scope where they could use analytics to help them. Absolutely.